Riccardi. I'm a born Guyanese, raised in this nation. And I'm from Berbice. I have been a pastor in India doing missionary work for over 5 years. And I've returned to our nation here in Guyana. Continue the work which was being done. I'm here as a pastor and the president of the Universal Church here in Guyana.
So guys, the Universal Church has apparently put out in the public domain that they would have removed the famous pastor that was caught on camera over the parking incident, that would have been shouting, behaving like as if he's losing his mind, acting in a very aggressive manner to our Guyanese. Now, the guy at the beginning of the video that is making an address to the nation, he's saying that he's the president of the Universal Churches. We don't care. We do not care who this guy is. We do not know him from a can of paint. And we do not want to hear that the Universal Church is just removing this pastor from being a pastor. We don't care about that. We want for the government to act. This man acted in a very aggressive manner, and the government needs to make an example out of this man, you know. Beyond this man, the government needs to start making an example out of every non-national that comes into this country and believe like they can act as if Guyana is not for the Guyanese people. They're acting as if Guyana belongs to them. I would have seen a video with some Chinese men beating a Guyanese, and I've never seen a wanted bulletin issued for those Chinese. I've never heard that those Chinese were placed before a court in Guyana or locked up. And this is why you see the bar is being set very low for Guyana and for Guyanese. And if the government of Guyana don't look into this issue seriously and start putting an end to these things by enforcing strict penalties for these type of action, is not going to change, and it is going to continue to get worse. This pastor, now I know everybody got the moments when they're unguarded and anger can take us over, but this is a pastor. What kind of a pastor just loses character like that and in this man's face, violated this man in this man's personal space, hollering in this man's face, this big man's face? And then when he finished, himself, along with his congregation, decided to hold the man against his will because they impeded the man from actually moving his transportation. Now, in Guyana, I don't know if the pastor know, but this is how Guyanese people is rolling. This is our country. Whenever we have business to do and we see a little piece of parking open up, or we pull our car or a truck, wherever we drive in a minibus in the car now, and we run and we do our business, and then we back and we on our way. Now this pastor, when the man approaches vehicle, this pastor said, man, I don't care, you parked in a private parking. What make this man believe he has private parking? And then Mr. Alfred Mentor, the mayor, said they never even applied to the MNTC. And we are calling on the government to act. We do not care. We do not care about the president for the Universal Church saying that they remove this pastor and apologizing. We want for the government to take action. Because when Guyanese act a certain way, Guyanese are cautioned, reprimanded, and admonished by the system. So we want the same system to act. This is what I'm saying. So that you set a precedent that other people, when they come into this country, they know that if they act out of character and they try to make our people feel like less than in the country where they're from, where they've been birthed, where they serve and commit themselves to systems, where they work and pay taxes, that this is what is going to happen to them. They're going to be deported and asked to leave our country. This is what the government needs to do with this particular case. The Chinese, the ICE are beating the Guyanese. We never saw anything came out of it, and it's getting worse. Guyanese are working for Chinese. Chinese are underpaying Guyanese. Guyanese are working for the Chinese. The Chinese are not paying no adherence to health and safety coding. And as we know, the Health and Safety Act would have been signed back in, I believe, 97 it was. And many of the Chinese corporations are breaking and violating our health and safety constitutional codes. And there is no reprimand for that. And this is because the government is very relaxed when it comes to non-nationals. So they feel they could do whatever they want. And this is time for the government to act and set a precedent. If they continue to say that they want to move our country to the first world, and Mr. President Ifran Ali always can speak about building out the infrastructure so that we can be up to the time by 2030, you need to start having the non-nationals understand Guyana belongs to Guyanese, while you make sure you're paying the Guyanese fair salary so that the people can understand that you value us, Mr. President. I saw another video with a Venezuelan chop a Guyanese. One Venezuelan fighting with the Guyanese, the other one came chop the Guyanese, and then right after the fire, another chop, the man barely put like his watch, and the cutlass ping spark, and the Venezuelans running down this Guyanese man. I've never seen no wanted bulletin for those two Venezuelans. We need stricter migration policies that prohibits these actions from non-nationals in our country, that gives them such a caution that if they do it again, they won't be permitted to enter our country ever again. And it's only when the government, when the president, that is great with the verbiage, start doing these things, this is when the internationals are going to respect us. But they are quick to say, oh, we can't practice xenophobia. But these non-nationals could come and practice this kind of hate against our people, and we're supposed to just accept it. They impeded that man from being able to move freely. That is even a criminal charge. That is kidnapping, holding a man against his will. And we do not accept this apology, this empty apology. We do not accept it. And the fact that the Universal Church removed him as a pastor, we still don't accept that. That is not enough. We need a strong precedent to be set by our president, that we're going to allow non-nationals to come into our country and work, invest, have the churches and make money off of the Guyanese people. But what they're not going to do is disrespect our Guyanese brothers and sisters. We're not saying they have to come and walk on eggshells, but we're saying they have to obey the laws. Now, the fact that this Universal Church never applied to the MNTC in Georgetown, as confirmed by the mayor, Mr. Alfred Mentor, this man should be cautioned, this man should be fined, or this man should be charged. Not just removed as a pastor. Because this could just be a misdirection, the next thing he's sent to another region or another country and he's back as a pastor again. So we're asking for the system to act, for the police to act, and set a precedent that you love your Guyanese people and you're not going to have non-nationals coming into our country and bullying our people. And while you're at it, use the CCTV footage and the smart city footage to pick up anytime you see any non-national. We were seeing Brazilians tied up Guyanese in an interior location. We want you to use your smart city technology, and anywhere you see these non-nationals that are coming into our country to invest and work or keep churches or whatever it is they're doing, once they violate our constitution, once they start violating our policy, make a migration policy that says that they are immediately deported, asked to leave our country, and they can never come back. Guyanese brothers and sisters, leave your thoughts in the comment. Let me know if you agree, and push this message in the algorithm. Let it get to the powers that be. This is an Eternity Enterprise presentation. Y'all stay safe.